Are you 40 years old and you haven't saved anything for your retirement? Don't worry, you still have time to take steps to secure your financial future. The first thing you should know is that you are not alone. Having little savings over the age of 40 is a common concern that affects millions of people around the world. In this video, we'll give you practical advice and strategies tested by Warren Buffett himself so you can retire comfortably, even if you're starting late. Tip 1. Don't waste time and start now. In this situation, the most important thing is not to waste any more time and start taking action immediately. Warren Buffett has always emphasized the importance of acting as soon as possible when it comes to personal finances. Buffett once said, "The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now." This phrase has great value in the context of retirement planning. Simply put, no matter how much you regret not starting sooner, the crucial thing is that you start now. Every day you put off saving is a lost day that could have contributed significantly to your retirement fund. Something you should be clear about is that starting now means making concrete decisions and establishing healthy financial habits. Tip 2. You must continuously educate yourself. Warren Buffett, who is one of the most successful investors in the world, is a big fan of reading. This man is not rich because of luck, but because he is always learning. And he himself says, "The more you learn, the more you earn." What does this mean? Basically, the more you know about how money works, the better you will be able to manage yours and make it grow. Let's break it down a little. Imagine that you start reading about finances, that is, about how to manage and grow your money. You can start with books that explain the basics, such as The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason, which uses simple stories to explain financial principles. But in reality, it's not just about reading books. You can also attend courses, seminars, and conferences on finance. In addition, today there are a huge amount of resources on the internet. You can watch videos on YouTube about financial education. For example, on this channel, we explain complex topics in a very easy-to-understand way. There are also many podcasts about finances, which you can listen to while driving or exercising. Spending time on these activities is not just an investment of money, it is an investment of your time and effort that is truly worth it. The more you know, the better prepared you will be to make smart financial decisions. This means that you will know when it is a good time to invest in something and how to grow your money safely. So, if you want to improve your financial future, start by learning everything you can. Tip 3. Reduce your expenses and live simply. Another key tip from Warren Buffett is to learn to live simply and cut back on expenses that are not really necessary. In reality, this doesn't mean you have to live as if you have nothing, but rather be smart about how you spend your money. As Buffett says, you don't need to do spectacular things to achieve great results. It's about being conscious of every dollar you spend and making sure it's truly contributing to your long-term well-being. Every little savings counts. Let's say you cut expenses by about $200, for example on subscriptions, food, or cheaper clothing. At the end of the year, that's an extra $2,400 in your pocket. And if you decide to repeat this technique and invest that money instead of spending it at a rate of 5% per year, it could grow even more over time. For example, after 5 years, your savings will have grown to more than $13,200. Not bad, right? The goal of living simply and reducing your expenses is not only to accumulate money, but also to free yourself from unnecessary financial worries and strengthen your financial position in the long term. Warren Buffett has always stressed the importance of making smart decisions with money and living within your means. So, by adopting a more economical and conscious lifestyle, you are laying the foundation for a more secure and comfortable retirement.
Tip 4. Invest SMRTLI.
Warren Buffett has a unique way of investing his money called a value investing strategy. This basically means that he seeks to buy shares of solid companies at prices that he considers lower than what those companies are actually worth. Although it may sound complicated at first, the main idea is to make investments that are smart and well thought out. According to Buffett, it is much better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. That is, he prefers to invest in really good companies, even if the price is not the cheapest, instead of investing in average companies just because they are very cheap at the moment. When you are thinking about investing, it is crucial to do your research and learn about the different options available. One option that Buffett recommends, especially for those who don't have much time to research individual stocks, is index funds. What are these funds? They are like packages containing many different stocks. So when you buy a piece of an index fund, you are investing your money in many different companies at the same time. Additionally, they reduce the risk of losing money if a single company has problems. So, if you want to follow this advice and make smart investments, consider learning more about index funds and other investment options before deciding where to invest your money. Remember that if you find this content interesting, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Now, let's continue. Tip 5. Learn to automate savings and investment. This is a smart move to ensure that you are building a good financial cushion without having to think too much each month. What does this mean in simple terms? Imagine that every month, right after you receive your salary or income, a portion of that money is automatically moved from your main account to another savings or investment account. Warren Buffett often says, "Don't save what's left after spending, spend what's left after saving." This means that we should prioritize saving money before deciding what to spend it on. When you automate your savings, you're ensuring that money intended for your financial future is put aside before you're tempted to spend it on other, less important things. It's like paying a bill every month, but instead of using it for services, it's for your own savings. This is especially useful if you have long-term financial goals, such as retiring with a healthy nest egg. So, if you want to secure your financial future without having to worry every month, consider setting up automatic transfers. It is a practical and effective way to make your finances work for you, without you having to put in a lot of extra effort. Tip 6. If necessary, contact an expert. If you feel that managing your finances and planning for the future is complicated, it may be a good idea to seek the help of a professional financial advisor. These types of experts are trained to help you create a financial plan that fits your specific needs and goals. You don't have to do everything yourself, and having someone who knows the subject can make a big difference. It is better to associate with people who are better than you, is what Warren Buffett once said. This means that surrounding yourself with people with more knowledge and experience than you can help you improve and learn. A financial advisor can offer you that experience and knowledge that you may not have. They can help you understand how to manage your money, maximize your savings, and ensure you're on the right path to a stable financial future. Imagine that you have some money saved, and you don't know how to invest it so that it grows. A financial advisor can analyze your situation, your goals, and your risk tolerance, that is, how much you are willing to risk, and suggest the best options. They might recommend investing in mutual funds, stocks, bonds, or even real estate, depending on what is best for you. Additionally, a good financial advisor will not only help you invest your money, but will also teach you about the importance of saving, how to budget your expenses, and how to plan for big future expenses, such as buying a home or educating your children. Therefore, if you feel like you need help with your finances, don't hesitate to seek out a financial advisor. They can provide you with the knowledge and tools necessary to make informed decisions and ensure your money is working for you in the best way possible. This will help you avoid mistakes and make the most of your resources. Tip 7. Diversify your investments. This is one of the golden rules to avoid big losses and make sure your money is safe. An old saying went, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket." It basically means that you shouldn't invest all your money in one place or one thing, because if that investment goes wrong, you could lose everything. The idea behind diversification is simple. If you spread your money across different types of investments, the risk is reduced. This is as if, instead of betting all your money on a single number in roulette, you spread it across several numbers. Thus, even if one fails, others can succeed and compensate for the losses. However, Buffett also says something very interesting about diversification. Diversification is a protection against ignorance. It makes very little sense to those who know what they are doing. What he means is that, only if you are not an investment expert, diversifying protects you from the mistakes you could make by not knowing the market well. But as you acquire knowledge, excessive diversification is not necessary in order to optimize the performance of the best investments. So how can you diversify your investments? Here are some clear and easy to understand ideas. Buy shares of different companies, preferably from different sectors. For example, you can buy shares of a technology company, a pharmaceutical company, and a food company. So, if the technology sector is having problems, Perhaps the food sector is doing well and balances your losses. Another idea is to buy bonds. Bonds are like loans that you make to a company or the government, and they pay you interest on that loan. Bonds are generally safer than stocks, although the returns may be lower. You could also consider investing in property. You can buy a house, an apartment, or even land. Real estate tends to hold its value and can generate additional income if you decide to rent it out. Diversifying does not guarantee that you will never lose money, but it does increase your chances of having a more stable performance and reducing large losses. It's like having a backup plan. That way, you protect yourself better and increase your chances of financial success. Tip 8. Adopt a long-term mindset. One of Warren Buffett's most important pieces of advice is to think long-term. Don't get carried away by the problems and difficulties of everyday life. Focus on what you want to achieve in the long term, whether it's a comfortable retirement, buying a home, or simply living without financial worries. Buffett has a phrase that sums it up very well. Someone sits today in the shadow of a tree that was planted a long time ago. This means that the benefits you enjoy today are the result of actions and decisions you made long ago. So, if you start making good financial decisions now, you will see positive results in the future. Don't let immediate challenges discourage you and focus on your long-term goals. Therefore, instead of worrying about what might happen tomorrow or next week, you should think about how the decisions you make today will affect you years or even decades from now. Tip 9. Adjust your financial plan. The financial world is like a roller coaster. It is constantly moving and can sometimes be difficult to follow. That's why it's crucial that, from time to time, you stop and review how your finances are going. Investments are like plants. They need attention and care to grow. So, at least once a year, check how your investments are going. If you have money in the stock market, for example, check the performance of your stocks or funds. If an investment isn't delivering the results you expected, it may be time to sell it and look for something better. But remember, investments also have ups and downs, so don't make impulsive decisions based solely on a bad month or quarter. You should also do the same with your budget. Be sure to check it regularly to see if you need to make adjustments. Maybe you've received a raise and can save more. Or maybe you've had some unexpected expenses and need to cut back in other areas. The key is to make sure you're spending less than you earn and saving enough for your goals. The world doesn't stop, and your financial plan shouldn't either. Well, you may have reached 40 with nothing saved for your retirement, but it's not too late to change your situation. By following Warren Buffett's advice, you can take control of your finances and ensure a stable future. Of course, you should start immediately. Reduce expenses, invest intelligently, and always aim for the long term. Your future depends on the decisions you make today. Do you know of any other tips or strategies we can add to this list? Or are you not saving money for your retirement and are just spending for now? Leave us your answer in the comments. If you like this content, remember to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. I'll see you soon.